And I just want to take my hat off to you and give you a round of applause for your great leadership on this 20 Years for Life campaign. And thank you to everybody else who's been a part of this leadership team. This journey for me being here, I actually a couple of months ago had no idea I was going to be in Alaska. And it was at the March for Life in Washington, D.C. on January 24th this year. They had it on the Monday following the Roe v. Wade anniversary, where I ran into Christopher Kirka. And it was backstage. He was in town for the Alaska Right to Life board meeting, and we bump into one another, and we start talking, and he said he's from Alaska, and I said, oh, I want so much. Ever since 40 Days for Life began, and we've had campaigns in Alaska, I've wanted to go, but it's such a major commitment to go out there and come back, and I'm trying to get to as many campaigns as we can. He said, maybe this is the time it's supposed to happen. I said, oh, I'd love to come. Let the team there know. I'd love to make it happen if it can, but I don't know. It's kind of crazy. So sure enough, I hear from Harmony, and she says, hey, can you come? And he told me the date, and I looked at it, and I was like, it works. And I was so excited about it. I have never been to Alaska in my life. I have been to 48 states in my pro-life travels, and this is the 49th state. 49th U.S. state, my 49th state. It was such an honor to be able to come to Alaska. Woo! And this state has a lot of personal meaning to me because my mother and father first met while on a church mission trip to Alaska. And in fact, they were in Alaska dating when the first flag, 49-star flag, was flown over Sitka. And they were there. And I've seen pictures of that event. And I've always wanted to be in this state. Now, the journey specifically of my coming here today, while it goes back to January 24th, let me go back a little bit less in time than that. Let me go back to this morning when my alarm clock went off at 4 a.m. Eastern in Virginia. I live just outside of Washington, D.C. And I had just gotten back. I've been on the road the last few days. I was in New Jersey over the weekend. Right before that, I was in Alabama. And I'm going to be going from here to Florida and then Illinois before the end of the week. But when my alarm clock went off this morning, I was very excited about coming here. And I jumped out of bed and I fought the Washington, D.C. traffic to get to Dulles Airport. I took one flight over to Seattle, another one up to here, and got here. And it's been a crazy day. But knowing that I have to leave in 48 hours and go on to the next state, the next state, the next state, some people would look at that and say, you're crazy. Why do you do that? Well, there are two reasons that I'm willing to do that. And the first reason is because I wanted to come and tell you, thank you. You have no idea how your faithfulness through this 40 Days for Life and previous 40 Days for Life campaigns has been an inspiration to me. My family prays for every campaign, every night. And we have seen the pictures of your campaign. And trust me, we started this whole thing down in Texas. It was a whole lot easier to be out at a vigil than it was the first week what I heard about during this campaign here in Anchorage. But you have been an inspiration to me, and I wanted to come and take my hat off and say, thank you for inspiring me and for inspiring people all across America and now around the world. But the second reason that I came here and was willing to go to all the trouble and get up and fly and come across the country and then head on to another place is the same reason that you took your time to be here tonight. Because our America is in the midst of her greatest crisis. Yeah. That's why we're together. Yes, we're going to celebrate the good things that God is doing, but we have to face very honestly the real crisis that is facing our land right here and right now. And we have to be honest and look at it as it is, so then we can know how to respond to it. We have to look and recognize that since 1973, when 7 men on the United States Supreme Court imposed abortion on all 50 states through the Roe v. Wade Supreme Court decision, since that time, more than 53 million innocent American children have perished under this banner called choice.